Hello everyone, I'm Jensen. Today is Wednesday, March 3rd, and from a Senate hopeful calling on Governor Mike DeWine to end all COVID restrictions in Ohio to CDC guidance in case of a zombie apocalypse. Yeah, you heard me. I have all the stories you need to know to get in the loop tonight. But first, I've been loving this sunshine, so I hear more of it is on the way. Let's get a look from our first alert weather team.
The next couple of days, sunshine is going to continue, but toss in a north breeze, and that will make it significantly cooler than the type of weather outside right now. The weekend will be warming back up, and you'll see all that coming up in my 10-day forecast. Here's a peek at tomorrow, though. It should be around 30 degrees getting the day started. But the noon hour temperature tomorrow will be upper 30s, and afternoon highs will peak around the lower 40s. It will also be a little bit colder in lakeshore areas. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 26 degrees, and then tomorrow, mostly sunny. The temperatures will be near normal. We'll look for a high of 41 and colder near the lake with a north breeze. And on Friday, the wind shifts back to northwest, but gusting to 20 miles per hour. It will sweep across the islands and Sandusky, keeping it colder there. 42 will be the high temperature here in Toledo, and that brings the weekend and winds gradually turning southwest. So Saturday, expect a high of 46, Sunday up to 55, Monday into the 60s, and it still looks like Tuesday, a chance for a record high temperature around 70 degrees. Showers and rain are going to be possible there, but between now and then, a significant stretch of dry weather.
And the Toledo Police Department is still searching for one of two men accused of shooting and killing a father of 9 and critically injuring another man on Monday night. Arrest warrants for murder and felonious assault were issued Tuesday for 22-year-old Brandon Lampros II, who turned himself in today, and 23-year-old Matthew Garcia. Toledo police say the two men shot and killed 45-year-old Brad Keel just outside of his home on Nevada Street in East Toledo. Keel was described by his family as a jokester who could make anyone smile. Keel's daughter said people in masks and hoodies showed up in a car Monday night, banged on the home across the street where her younger brother, 18-year-old Brandon, lives. Her father went outside to confront those suspects, and police say he fought with Lampros until Garcia shot him. Keel's daughter said he distracted the suspect so her brother wouldn't get shot, but one of Brandon's friends was also struck. Keel died at the hospital, and that friend is still fighting for his life. If you have information on the whereabouts of Garcia, call Crime Stopper at 419-255-1111. And a bill honoring the late Toledo police officer Brandon Stalker is advancing to the House floor. Officer Stalker was shot and killed in the line of duty January 18th. Democratic Representative Lisa Sebecki introduced the bill, which passed out of committee yesterday. The bill would designate a portion of Alexis Road near Whitmer High School as the Officer Brandon Stalker Memorial Highway. House Bill 80 received unanimous support by the House Transportation and Public Safety Committee, and we will keep you updated on its progress. And less than 24 hours after Texas Governor Greg Abbott announced he would be reopening the state and lifting its mask mandate, a call is being made for Governor Mike DeWine to do the same thing right here in Ohio. U.S. Senate candidate Josh Mandel, who's running for Senator Rob Portman's seat, released this statement this morning. Today we demand that Governor DeWine remove all restrictions on Ohioans and allow our families and communities to make decisions without the heavy hand of government crippling their liberties any longer. Now, this request comes as CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky continues to encourage people to wear masks and follow COVID-19 safety protocols. She said that COVID fatigue is now winning, and the exact measures that we've taken to stop the spread of the virus are now being flat out ignored. But here's what Mandel is asking from DeWine. Remove the statewide mask mandate, remove all restrictions on businesses, including capacity limits, require that all schools open for in-person instruction, and reopen Ohio so our businesses and communities can thrive. To be clear, many schools in the state are back in person now. In fact, DeWine made that a requirement in order to get the vaccine, although not all schools made that March 1st deadline. But for reference, in January, nearly 50% of students were in districts offering no in-person classes, and as of Monday, that number was less than 10% here in Ohio. Now, there is still a mask mandate, and it's unclear when that might go away, but the governor has slowly started rolling back on other COVID restrictions. For instance, the curfew's been gone for about a month now, and just yesterday, ODH Director Stephanie McLeod signed an order removing the 300-person limit for banquet halls and allowing sports and entertainment venues to have spectators at 25% capacity in indoor settings and 30% capacity for outdoor venues. And nationwide, cases of COVID-19 in nursing homes have reportedly declined 82% since December. The American Healthcare Association and National Center for Assisted Living said the U.S. has shown the lowest number of new cases since the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services started tracking numbers last May. There were 33,273 new cases on December 20th, but that dropped to just 6,077 on February 7th. And according to those groups, nursing home deaths also dropped by 63%. Now, they're crediting that drop with the rollout of COVID-19 vaccines, which first became available on December 14th. However, they didn't provide data on nursing home vaccinations to strengthen that claim. And yesterday, President Joe Biden said that the U.S. should have enough vaccines to vaccinate all American adults by the end of May. The announcement comes as the White House looks to speed the production of the single-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine and accelerate the nation's plans to reach herd immunity in the U.S. But Biden noted that vaccine supply was only one bottleneck toward the goal of getting back to some form of normal, and that the new challenge will be injecting doses into arms as quickly as possible. To that end, the Biden administration told governors to prepare for their supplies of vaccine to continue to climb over the coming weeks. Additional doses are also heading toward a federally backed program to administer doses in more accessible retail pharmacies. And in their final days protecting the U.S. Capitol, members of the Michigan National Guard reported metal shavings, feathers, and undercooked meat found in their meals, sending some troops in the hospital. And according to a closed-door National Guard update given to members of Congress, 59 people had wide-ranging issues because of the food they ate at the Capitol. Some of the troops were able to manage their conditions in their quarters, but others did require a hospital diagnosis. Reports of undercooked and underprepared food increased on Monday, so Senators Gary Peters and Daniel Kildee, Democrats of Michigan, called for the firing and replacement of the meal contractor, sending appeals directly to the National Guard Bureau at the Pentagon. Roughly 1 in 5 of the National Guard troops within the Capitol perimeter are from Michigan. Their mandate expires March 12th. And before I go today, I want to fill you in on something pretty weird. We've been hearing a lot from the CDC this past year, but did you know that they have your back in case you ever run into a zombie apocalypse? Let's start with this bizarre zombie apocalypse theory. The prediction that one would happen this year has been all over the internet recently, and it originates from a 16th century French astrologer named Nostradamus. He's known for his book Les Prophéties, which has reportedly predicted future events like the death of kings, the rise of dictators, and assassination attempts. And now the latest prediction, a zombie apocalypse. And while it's obviously kind of ridiculous, you might be surprised to learn the CDC actually has some tips in case you ever run into, I don't know, the rise of the living dead. The agency says what started out as a silly way to get a new audience engaged with the CDC's mission has turned into an effective way to get people prepared for a crisis in general. But more importantly, here's what the guidance says. First, make an emergency kit filled with things like water, non-perishables, medications, tools like duct tape and knives, sanitation goods, clothing, important documents, and first aid supplies like Band-Aids and stuff. Next, the agency says to create an emergency plan by identifying common emergencies in your area, like tornadoes or floods, picking a meeting place to regroup, finding emergency contacts, and planning your evacuation. If Nostradamus' prediction does come true, the CDC says they'll be ready. The agency would simply conduct an investigation like any other pandemic by assisting cities, states, or international partners. What a relief, right? But that is all I have for you today. If you like this video, hit that like button and of course subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Jensen, and now you're in the loop.